The last 2 weeks or a week and a half, we've been running a robotics camp for incoming freshman girls. The camp is sponsored by the Rio Grande Valley Science Association and the Texas Girls Collaborative Project. They're doing robotics and building these robots to basically encourage them to think about going into careers in engineering and STEM-based careers, science, engineering, technology, and math. You know, the guys tend to want to dominate things like construction and building and labs, and a lot of times the girls just sit by and watch. And in this case, since it's all girls, they're all participating.
Girls like to design, we like to create, so it has really been a good reaction from the girls as far as them liking this underwater robotics.
Okay, running final task, go.
The very first day, we go over some general, ground rules and whatnot, and then we introduce them to the robotics theme, and they start building their first structure, basically, of the robot, trying to make sure that it actually floats on the water, because their first mission that they have is to make sure that their robot's going to go across the pool and then back again. So they want to go forward and backwards. And then the next day, they modify their robot a little bit. They add a second motor for the second mission, and they get their robot to basically perform a figure 8 on the surface of the pool. Then the next day, the third day for that mission, they again modify their structure, adding yet a third motor, which allows the robot to basically go up and down vertically in the pool. And they also work on creating a robot that's basically neutrally buoyant in the pool. So in other words, it doesn't really sink, it doesn't float. So it takes a lot of trial and error for them to get it right. And then the very last mission, which will be basically starting on in the afternoon of the fourth day, they're going to add a fourth motor, which will control some kind of a manipulating arm that will be able to scoop up a ball on the bottom of the pool. They'll be able to pick up their robot and then drop that ball into a container that's on the bottom of the pool. So each day they have to increase the complexity of the robot, not only in its structure, but in the programming they use.
It's been a lot more than what I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be boring, just, oh, it's just robots. I'm not going to understand a thing that they're telling me. But it's actually a lot of basic stuff that I know, and I just put it to use. It's really fun.
They make a program using blocks, which will enable them to get their motor to go and to stop. So basically it's giving the robot commands. And Craig and I teach them how to do that, and the building is completely up to them.
Down here is our main structure. This is what supports everything else. Down here is where we strap everything that we need on. Here we have our motors to the side. Then we put some gears, and it helps the propeller turn a lot faster when the water starts to hit it. Here we have another propeller, and this one's pointing up, so it helps the robot rise faster. Here we have another motor with a propeller also. And then we balanced it out with some washers up here. So it doesn't float all the way to the top, but it doesn't sink all the way to the bottom either. We need it to stay kind of neutral in the middle of the pool. And up here we have another motor going upwards. This helps the robot sink and rise in the pool as we need it to be.
It's been a really fun experience. I never really had this opportunity to work with all girls. Sometimes it might be frustrating. Like I said, it's been really enjoyable, and I hope to do it again next year.
I think it really empowers the girls to do a lot more, because men tend to think that they're the only ones that can do engineering and stuff, so it really opens your mind up a lot more.
It's all about working as a team, being able to create ideas, to communicate, and that's what makes this work.